So we all know those iconic paintings, you know, the usual. Mona Lisa, American Gothic, Starry Night, A Girl with the Pearl Earrings, The Birth of Venus. The list goes on. But what if we took all those legendary artists and plopped them from the 1800s or whenever they were alive, I honestly don't remember, to the year 3000 and told them to get to work? What would these iconic historical paintings look like in the future? Like, what would my girl Mona Lisa be wearing? Would the girl with the pearl earrings even be wearing pearls? Is the ocean still a thing? Is she gonna be wearing cyborg AirPods? Who knows? I don't know. Or do I? These are all questions that keep me up at night. There's my bed. I'm up all night thinking about this. And I'm gonna reimagine 3 of these classical paintings, the Mona Lisa, A Girl with the Pearl Earrings, and American Gothic. And I'm gonna make them look like they were painted in the future, pretty much. Yes, basically I'm gonna deface these works. Sorry. It's for science, it's for creative purposes. Don't shoot. But before I even get started, we have to do a little brainstorming about what 3000 would even look like. I guess we could start by analyzing the lyrics of the song Year 3000 by Jonas Brothers, since they obviously know something that we don't, hence the song. I don't know, let's look. Year 3000, oh my God, I can't type. Jonas Brothers. Let's see what they gotta say. Lyrics. One day when I came home at lunchtime, I heard a funny noise. He built a time machine. I've been to the year 3000, not much has changed, but they live underwater. Let me write that down. Lives underwater. He took me to the future in the flux thing. What's a flux? And girls there with round hair like Star Wars. That's a good thing to add. I feel like Mona Lisa would give Padme in a way, you know? Honestly, yeah. Moving on. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically all that I got from this song was that their hair was round and they live underwater. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. So let me do some more deep diving on the future and see what the vibe is. Okay, so after doing some research, I came out with some definite aspects and vibes that I think the year 3000 would have. Number 1 being clothing. I'm picturing their clothing to be like minimal but high quality with a lot of accent pieces and like statement necklaces and jewelry and stuff. A lot of metal, white. For the makeup, one thing I know for sure, just based off of like trends and seeing into the future, because I'm like literally psychic, that the girls' makeup routines in 3000 would gag any 21st century MUA. I'm sorry. Even Jeffree Star, he doesn't got a chance in 3000. A little pop of color here and there with the makeup is cute, but none of that Euphoria stuff. They look at Euphoria and they were like, girl, what were we doing? And finally, tech. Obviously, tech is like literally everything right now. Everything is tech in 3000. I'm sorry to the guy in American Gothic, that pitchfork has gotta go. No one even knows what a farm is in 3000. Okay, so now that I have all these guidelines, I think it's time to throw these paintings into the time machine. So y'all, I think what I want to do first is go on Pinterest and make a little mood board for her, because you can't go wrong with a mood board. And I want to make sure I hit every criteria with Mona. So let's go to Pinterest. I'm also thinking Arcane has some really cool hairstyles that I feel like are really futuristic and just style in general. So I might take a little bit of inspiration from that too. This is it. I like this. Mona is tilted a little bit so I could get like the bump really well. Definitely adding that. Okay, this is very cyberpunk. I don't know if it'll work with Mona's vibe. I don't think she's that kind of girl, but she's a little bit more, you know, on the classy side. Even though it's 3000, there's still classy people, there's still edgy people. It's just that everyone's turned it up a notch. Ooh, I like this, I like this. This is literally Mona Lisa. The pose and everything, damn, she ate. Ooh, I kind of like that. I feel like the lines are kind of the same, the folding of everything, but it's still very much future coded. Ooh, should I put her in sunglasses? Wait, no, I'm gonna put the American Gothic people in sunglasses. Hold that thought. So now we have the mood board. Let's get into the editing. Usually when I'm doing a drawing like this, I like to start with a rough base sketch, and I usually do that in like a different color. This time I did red. But that's what I'm drawing over, is like the underlayer drawing, and then I'll throw in a little video of me drawing the underlayer if you want to see that, but it's like boring and it takes so long because I want to get the proportions and stuff correctly, so I usually just skip over that part for the videos. Anyways, now I'm going in with the more finalized line drawings. I know that these paintings don't really have lines and line art and stuff, but that's partly just my style and it helps me to like imagine the piece more. I don't know if you can see in the background, but the whole time I was literally just watching Just Trish podcast and then sometimes JJK because I'm trying to finish that. But when I watch JJK, JK, I like forget to draw, so I don't do that a lot because I'll like pause every 10 seconds, honestly. But then I'm getting into the color, and this part is kind of boring, so I didn't show a lot of it. I'm just like blocking in all the colors. I like to block in the colors first before I go in with shading and details and anything, because sometimes I'll change the colors around if I don't like how it looks. And with the colors, a big thing that I recommend is doing them in different layers, because when you do them in different layers, you don't have to worry about getting color in other layers that you don't want to get in, and you can alpha lock them and just focus on that certain part of the drawing instead of worrying about blending into the other. It just makes everything a lot more easier, so I definitely recommend that. And now I'm getting started on the background. This part, I just wanted to kind of capture the same colors. I didn't do like the specific landmarks, but I just wanted to try to get a good idea of the mountains and the range and the depth and stuff. To add a little bit of, you know, the futuristic aspect, I decided to draw a little floating city in the background here because, I don't know, I just feel like that just makes sense. A floating city, definitely something that's going on in 3000. Y'all, I just needed to take a little snack break. I feel like I've been drawing for 2 straight days. I think it's only been like 2 hours, but I don't know why it feels like so but we're making progress. I have all of the line art done and all of the colors done, blocked out. Now I just have to go in with the details, which is gonna be, of course, the longest part, but I'm doing it. Here's what we have so far. It's not gonna focus, so I'll just put it up here. It's going good. She's definitely giving alien, but I like that. I feel like in 3000, you're probably gonna give alien, at least to us right now. This could be normal. Let's keep going. Now I'm getting into my favorite part, which is doing the colors, blocking everything in. I always start with the shadows and just build them up very slowly because it's easier for me to see what I need to add and what I need to erase and stuff if I do it slowly rather than just going in really harsh with the shadows. Everyone does it differently. I'll just shut up so you can watch me draw. This part I wanted to explain because I just kind of decided this last minute, but I found this reference picture of this girl with this like cool makeup line on her eyes that just went right through, and I thought that looked really cool, really futuristic, and it worked on like the soft features of the model, so I thought it would work really well with Mona because she has more softer rounded features, and I actually love how it turned out. I wasn't sure what exactly to do for the makeup, but I think this is like the perfect futuristic vibe. And I'm also adding these tattoos, and in my head they're like tech tattoos that have some sort of like imbued tech or magnetic and stuff or whatever. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up at this point. All right, so it's the next day and I finally finished our futuristic Mona Lisa drawing. Here she is, Mona Lisa, painted by Da Vinci in year 3001. Let me triple check that Da Vinci painted this. I'm gonna literally sound like the worst art major ever. Who painted? Thank God. Okay, so here she is. I think it turned out way better than I expected. I was a little bit nervous that you wouldn't be able to tell that it's like still the Mona Lisa, but you can definitely tell. I don't know if it's just the colors or what, but like, she looks sick. I can't even lie. The makeup ate. She got the Dolce thing going on. I don't know why I added that, but I feel like I see that being a trend and then evolving. The hair slicked back to the gods. I don't know what hairspray they're using in 3000, but no Echo Gel can compete. Anyways, Mona Lisa, you ate. On to the next, we're gonna do American Gothic. And I think, don't shoot, but I think I'm only gonna do Mona Lisa and American Gothic because I underestimated how long it was gonna take me to draw Mona Lisa. I spent like 3.5 hours on her, which isn't that crazy, but I'm also doing other things. Like I also have a job and I also am, you know, trying to do other things. So let's get into American Dream. What? American Dream? So once again, I'm gonna start by making a little mood board. So I'm gonna go to Pinterest and we're gonna see what's up with American Gothic. Actually, first, let me do a little research on like who these people are so I don't get it wrong. Story behind American Gothic painting. American Gothic by Grant Wood was based on a real house, people, and time in history. Okay, what time in history was it? He evoked images of an earlier generation by featuring a farmer and his daughter. That's his daughter? Wait, let me look at the painting again. I always thought they were married. Trust me, none of my art history classes covered the 1900s. I don't think. Like, I always thought they were like an old couple. That is crazy. All right, anyways, damn. That's good to know though, because then I feel like I want to make the daughter look a little bit more high tech than the dad. I already have a vision of them wearing super futuristic sunglasses, so that's definitely going on the mood board. Whenever I see American Gothic, I just think of The Simple Life. Honestly, like, I'm so warped.
Bye, gorgeous.
Let's see if they have any futuristic, like, farm fits. Futuristic farm? Okay. That could be helpful, I guess. I definitely have to switch his pitchfork out with something, but I'm not sure what. He has to be holding something because I feel like that's a very strong part of the composition is that he's holding the pitchfork, but he can't be holding a pitchfork in 3000. There's no more farms. Ooh, I like these sunglasses ideas maybe. I was thinking something more, not Tron vibes though. This doesn't really give Tron to me. Like, I still want it to be futuristic, but also still have the same rustic vibes if I can. Oh, wait. This is what I was thinking, honestly, for the daughter. Is that a little too crazy? Maybe not. Okay, so here's my little mood board of the vibe that I want to give. Since he's wearing glasses, I want to do some kind of like futuristic Google Glass eyewear type of vibe. I don't know. I'm just gonna wing it and I'm gonna do my base sketch and then we're gonna see what that looks like. So let's get right into it. So we're getting started once again. I already did the background sketch. I always do it in red, honestly, or red or blue usually I do the color in. The little techie things like the glasses and stuff were so fun to draw on this one. I don't know, I had so much fun coming up with the concept of this one for some reason. I also remembered to screen record this one so you can see it a little better. Sorry, Mona, I forgot to do that for you. All right, guys, we have the line art done. She's looking really good. Here's what it looks like so far. I decided to keep the pitchfork because I feel like that's a very iconic part of the painting and without it would make no sense. And in my mind, it's gonna be like a vibrational pitchfork where like it doesn't actually touch anything it picks up. It picks up hay still, but it can pick up more because of the magnetic field that it gives off. Okay. And then, yeah, we have the glasses, the sunglasses. And so now I'm gonna add color to it and we'll see what this one looks like. And while I'm drawing, I thought I'd give a little backstory lore to what's going on in this recreation because in my head, they're father and daughter who own like one of the last farms in America that isn't controlled by a large corporation. And they have to fight really hard for their place in the agricultural realm and stuff. And that's why they look a little bit, you know, angry and just stoic, I guess you could say. I decided to make the daughter wear more high-techy looking clothes than the dad. One, to emphasize that they're in different generations, but also maybe to show that she's more of like the aggressive type, like I want to fight the system kind of person, which I feel like is always what happens with the younger generations. And since it's the year 3000, I wanted the dad's fit to be more modern, but also still gives like he works on a farm and he isn't as wealthy as say Mona Lisa, so his clothes kind of reflect that, but still have an ode to like the futurism in them in terms of like the style and the shape and the color. Also, his glasses are my favorite part of the drawing to add. I feel like it really brought out his character and makes him look like an old regular farmer who just happened to like grow up in the age of advanced technology. That's just what was going on in my head, honestly. And of course, halfway through drawing, my iPad died in the middle of me filming. I'm like, of course, the timing is crazy. But I charged her back up. Don't worry, she was working just fine after that. And then I went right back to work doing all the layering and the coloring. I was locked in at this point. I think it was like 12 a.m. I was finishing up JJK and it was like intense in multiple ways because the show was intense and then I was like trying to speed it up because I wanted to go to bed. It was a lot, but it was worth it in the end, so. All right, after several hours of hard, dedicated work of recreating these freaking paintings, I finally finished. Well, I already showed you Mona Lisa, but let me show you American, oh my God, what is it called? American Gothic. I love this one. I feel like I could write a whole little like thesis about like the lore of it, you know, because we got the daughter, she looks like she's gonna go to war or something over her farm fields, and then we got the dad who's definitely like a techie farmer guy. I changed the house a little bit. It still has like the kind of vibe of the house in the background, but obviously we couldn't have like an old Victorian house. But yeah, so I really like how it turned out. I hope these are still around somewhere on the internet or in a hard drive somewhere, passed down my generation of family, and in 3000 they can compare the two and see if anything is similar at all. I doubt it. I don't even think civilization's gonna be around, but I hope you guys like this video. I had a lot of fun making it, even though I spent way more time than I thought I would on it, but that's okay. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned for more. I'm posting every week, so yeah.